Hello and welcome to Kentucky Brew Reviews. I'm Radar.
Special K, and are you ready to change the way you drink
I'm
beer?
ready to alter my beer experience entirely.
So if you've been watching the show for a while, you know that we've reviewed a lot of Pressurized Growler.
We have.
We have another one on the show. This is Craft Masters Pressurized 128 stainless steel. This one's the mirrored finish Growler. It looks a little bit similar to the Growler.
Yeah.
The Growler Works UK right here. Which is, we gave okay reviews on. But that's for another show. So tonight we're going to be talking about this one. We've been using it for a while. Well, I've used it 2 or 3 times so far. It's double lined, very thick. Like, listen. Very thick, very girthy lid. The girthiest of the lids.
I don't know if I like the way you say that.
You don't like the
Like, it's a good description, but I don't know if I like the way you say it.
It has a similar design for CO2. So the CO2, just like this cap, goes on here. You screw it on, you put it down in the beer.
And then it pierces the top,
turn
yes.
it. But this one has a regulator right on top. Unlike the other one here, which is nice so you can see how much pressure you're putting in your beer. Generally you want, depending on the beer, between 5 and 15
Right.
PSI.
And it has a release valve in case you have too much pressure jacked into it. Which is nice, you know, so your $200 machine doesn't explode.
Yeah, it is $200, so that's...
And it's a machine.
But it's the same price as other growlers in its style and range. Best thing, one of my favorite features about this growler is the rectangle shape. Mm-hmm. So it fits better in the fridge versus the round ones.
No, it doesn't fit better in the fridge. It fits in the fridge. The other ones don't fit in the fridge.
Yeah, this one it is still kind of tall, but this one does fit in the fridge. You can have it sitting right forward with your sight tube there, go in there and pour your beer without having to take the whole growler out to get a beer, which is kind of annoying. So we keep talking, but we need to pour a beer.
See, okay, I guess I'm a simpler kind of person. But that's not what my favorite part about this is. My favorite part is that this handle is attached with 4 great big beefy screws.
King Daddy screws.
The other one that we've got has a handle on the back, and the handle, we've used it like 10, 15 times, and the handle is wobbling already.
Tell me that doesn't look like a good beer.
Oh, wait, what did you put in this?
It's the Ying.
The Ying! The Ying and the Ling?
It is the apocalypse, so getting growler beer right now is a little difficult.
Yeah, they wouldn't even consider getting us beer at
most places. I found a place, but most places would not do it. I had to go to a sketchy gas station that Big Growler fills. So
it wasn't that sketchy. Come on.
So anyway, good looking beer.
This will stay fresh for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So why would you pick a pressurized growler? We've talked about this before over a regular growler. Well, if you got the money and let's say you're a normal human being and can't drink 128 ounces of beer in one setting, that is why you would get a... Well, let me rephrase.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not still reserved. So when you're not still reserved, what you do is you get something like this and it'll keep the beer fresh for 2 weeks. A normal growler, once you open it, you have like an hour before it goes flat.
You can have it for like 2 or 3 days
if it's sealed. If you leave it sealed, once it's open, it's over.
Yeah, you gotta kind of drink that. The really nice thing about this is you don't really open it.
Yeah,
you just pour it. This is the greatest thing ever. This is cool. Everyone should have a growler with a tap attached to it.
That's a good Ying.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's keg Yingling. It's better than regular Yingling.
It's got a sight tube on the side here. I think we mentioned it earlier. It just lets you know how much beer you have in here. This one's down to about, we got about a 1/4 left. And a lot of people use these to like pressurize home brews and stuff like that. These would also be good for home brews if you're into that.
Carbonate your beer instead of having to have a giant, instead of having to have like a giant secondary fermentation tank.
Yeah.
Put it in this and it carbonates it for you.
Yeah.
Also, a nice feature that this comes with that no other pressurized growler on the market comes with is this one has our name etched in the side of it.
It does
the
have
channel name in the side.
It does have our name on the side.
Who doesn't like that?
So we do have to mention this was sent to the show. This is a review version. My bad. Too much pressure. It does that on its own, by the way. It's a release.
Yeah, I saw it
pressure
pop
release.
back up when the pressure hit what it wanted to be.
I will say that's a nice feature on these because a lot of the other growlers don't have pressure release valves on.
And they just shoot the beer out at Mach speed.
So if you were to finish this, the only way you don't really want to unscrew this cap when there's still pressure on it, unless you want beer to shoot everywhere. So you have to drain all the beer out and then drain the excess CO2 from the tap. With this, you can drain all the excess CO2 from here.
It's like a pressure cooker. Or wait, no, Instant Pot. That's the one that's got the little switch on the back.
You're an Instant Pot.
Hey, look, I enjoy cooking.
But as I said, so we're not going to let the fact that this was sent to the show affect our review. And like I said, we have reviewed many of these style of growlers. So who is this for? This is for somebody who likes to have a public event with lots of people. You sit this out. It's an eye catcher. Mm-hmm. When I went and filled this up, people were like, "Holy hell, look at that thing!
What is that?
The thing is freaking cool." And I'm like, "It is eye catching for sure."
You know who this is for? This is for people with refrigerators.
I think everybody.
This is for people with refrigerators. None of the other ones are designed to fit in the refrigerator. It bothers me. Probably more than it should, but it bothers me.
So they have a 64-ounce version as well. Mm-hmm. I think it's like 150. This is like I said, it's 128 ounces. If you're going to buy, and I'm still standing behind it, if you're going to buy a growler this big, 128 is the only way to go.
Yeah.
You might as well spend the extra money because it's going to keep your beer good for an extended period of time. And like I said, you're going to have multiple people drinking from this.
It's going to stay colder longer also. You have more thermal mass to deal with. Yeah. That's very helpful.
And this guys, it'll keep your beer cold for about 16 to 24 hours depending on your environment. If it's sitting out in the sun, obviously it's not going to keep for 24 hours.
You know why else you get the bigger one? Because occasionally you go to a growler fill and they charge you for the smaller size because they don't even have pricing for one that's twice as big as it should be.
I'm not going to say that the place I filled this up charged me for 64 ounces.
That's a real thing that happens on a regular basis. If you have a larger size growler, some people just don't know that they come in larger sizes.
Yeah, so I know the store I go to never. I mean, sometimes I'll be like, that's a double. Most of the time they'll just ring it up for 64 ounces. They just don't care. It's a gas station.
Yeah.
It's a gas station. They don't care. If I get a growler full of PBR, they're like, well, it's $5. Who cares? But it is cool looking. It's great for parties. I don't think it's definitely not practical for camping or for outdoor activities. Which
if you're going to do that, go ahead and get you a cheapo growler and bring that with you instead.
Yeah, if you're looking for a pressurized outdoor growler, they do have another version. We're going to look at some of the other versions and the competition
the
later on.
Growler, that's good.
The more durable, like this is not something I would carry on a camping trip.
Especially with it being plated and all shiny and delicious looking.
And heavy as hell.
Also super heavy, yeah.
That is a downside. It is very heavy, but I mean, it's going to, feel that. It's only...
Oh, yeah.
It's only got maybe 24 ounces of beer left in it.
That's chunky.
It's scarcity.
It's chunky. Thick.
So it is heavy, but again, this is something you're going to have in your home or at a party. You're not going to be carrying it around with you to, camping trips and all that kind of stuff, outdoor events. You can also put other stuff in it if you're into it. You can make you some hard water, lemonade.
Get you some hard seltzer. You know what? Seltzers are really popular right now.
Was your beer good?
We could just throw. It was delicious, actually. We could just throw some tap water in here, like a teaspoon of some Everclear. Yeah, throw a teaspoon of Everclear in like a single grape, and we could have our own seltzer.
Put 1 grain of Kool-Aid in it.
One pinch of Kool-Aid. You need more than a grain. You need a pinch.
Yeah. So overall, do we recommend this growler? Redder, do you recommend this growler?
For $200. If you're going to get a $200 growler that's pressurized and you're in that kind of market, absolutely. If only for the fact that it fits in your refrigerator and literally nothing else does.
So I will say there are only two or three of these higher end growlers on the market that meet this kind of criteria. And that being said, this is probably one of the better ones. If not the best one out there. Like I said, you have the Growler Works ones, and you have some of those. For this style of, I'm going to say fridge sitter. I'm going to call this a fridge sitter style. Something that's going to sit in the fridge or sit out on the table.
You got a special place in your refrigerator that your growler goes.
If you really want a pressurized growler and you're new to pressurized growler, there are cheaper versions to try out before you just jump in head first. So like a $200 growler like this. There's some that are in the $50 and $60 price range that might be a little bit more reasonable. See if pressurized growlers are right for you, and then dive in head first and go for the Big Daddy.
Heck,
here.
there's some in the $60 range by the same company, the $50, $60 range.
But if you're in the market for if you want to go the Rolls Royce of pressurized growlers right away, then by all means, I did it again. It scared me that time. Leave that as a blooper. If you want to go for the Rolls Royce of pressurized growlers, then this is the one to go with, honestly.
Oh, yeah. It's nice.
And I'd highly recommend it, even for the $200 price tag. Like I said, it is expensive, but it's on par with a lot of the other growlers in the same category.
Are you going to go and get your KBS in a glass growler?
Oh, if I was getting KBS, it is for sure. If I'm going to spend that much on a growler to begin with, it's going to go in something.
Oh, yeah.
And also, if you can drink 128 ounces of KBS by yourself, you have a problem, sir.
The problem is you're poor because you spent all your money on KBS.
And you're going to die of alcohol poisoning. That's like 14%.
Too. Yeah, that as well.
But yeah, highly recommend this. We will try some cheaper ones on the show. Really cool growler. I'm happy they sent this to us. Thanks for Craftmasters for sending this to us. And we're going to get a lot of use out of this on the show for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, that's been our episode. If there's something you'd like to see on the channel, you can leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. You can check us out on Facebook, Patreon, and Instagram. And we will also leave the link to the description to the website if you want to check them out on there as well. I'm Special K.
And I'm Radar.
Thanks
for watching.